Hey, what's going on, guys? Marqus Zar here, and we're talking about the Coinbase Index Fund, which is a big win for people who are into the cryptocurrency space and things of that nature. And I say that because Coinbase is doing this index fund, which they talked about the other day, and pretty much they're trying to start this index fund so they can cater to accredited investors. So they want to give accredited investors who pretty much don't really know too much the fundamentals or the technology behind cryptocurrencies and things of that nature, who are pretty much curious about digital assets. And this is a way to, to offer their product, the index fund, to an accredited investor. So accredited investor is a person who has a net worth of about $1 million and makes about $200,000 a year. In terms of being accredited, and they want to give people who have big money, have a lot of money, get into cryptocurrencies without them pretty much not knowing anything. And an index fund is a way to do that. So Coinbase is offering this. So just to get a better understanding what a index fund is, I have found a pretty much a blog post about it. Going to this website here, and it pretty much tell you everything about index funds as far as like the pros and cons of a index fund, and pretty much the base function of an index fund. And it says it right here, as I can find it again, exactly explains exactly what it is. And it says right here, so what is an index fund? It says, in order for you to understand an index fund, you got to understand the stock market index. A stock market index is a number that refers to the relative value of a group of stocks. As the value of the stocks in a particular index changes, the stock market index's number changes. If you watch or listen to the news regularly, you have heard about stock indexes, which I have. I heard about them, but I really haven't understood what they actually are or what they actually do. And it says, as we go lower right here in this section right here, it says a index fund is a type of mutual fund. So you can look at an index fund as a type of a mutual fund, which means that it pulls money from a group of investors, like I was just telling you about accredited investors being part of an index fund. And it's a way for a portfolio that constructed to match a particular stock index. But in this case, it would be a crypto index fund, which is offered by Coinbase, and it offers pretty much the big four cryptocurrencies, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and I want to say Bitcoin Cash, I believe, if I didn't miss it. So those are pretty much your big four cryptocurrencies, and it tells you pretty much the difference between the index funds and a traditional fund. The biggest difference between the index funds and a traditional mutual funds is this: mutual funds are actively managed, right? While index funds aren't actively managed. So an index funds is actually cheaper to add it to your portfolio because there's nobody actively managing it. So there's less fees associated with it. And not only that, you don't have too much of that risk that comes with buying and selling stocks, bonds, or in this case cryptocurrencies, because everybody's trying to beat the market and nobody don't really know how to time the market. And especially in cryptocurrency, the markets is always going up and down, and the markets is extremely fast. So in order you to time the markets, especially in cryptocurrency, is really hard to do. So this traditional mutual fund that Coinbase is offering is pretty much a safe, low risk way to get involved in investing and things like that. And it's a long-term play for people who are patient with their funds and who wants to pretty much let their index funds mature or grow over time. And not only that, an actively managed mutual fund has a fund manager using his knowledge of the market, select stocks, and try to time the market. Like I was saying before, his buying sorted in order to get the best return and beat the market. So with index funds, instead of human beings deciding which stocks or crypto included in the fund. A computer tracks the market and rebalances the funds as needed so that it matches the stock market index that it's following. So you can go here to read more about it, about index funds. And there's a quote by Warren Buffett himself, a tremendous and smart guy to follow. If you don't know who he is, he's one of the best investors of all time. He pretty much knows what he's talking about when it comes to, you know, traditional investing. And he says that I believe that 98 or 99%, maybe more than 99% of people who invest should extensively diversify and not trade, and that leads them to an index fund with very low costs, right? So that's one of the benefits from Warren Buffett himself. He's saying people who don't really know anything about anything can use a index funds to get started, to be aware of the markets and things of that nature. So that's something that Coinbase is chasing, and which is good for the markets. As we go to coinmarketcap.com, the markets is actually doing pretty bad right now. Even though this is good news that came out, there's a lot of different things in the market that's going on as far as like Binance, the hack, and things of that nature. The SEC coming out with some more news about regulations and things of that matter, and just a whole bunch of other FUD and nonsense as well. So on top of that, you just have a lot of stuff that can have a negative impact for the cryptocurrency markets. As we can clearly see, if we go to coinmarketcap.com, we get a sense of what's going on with Bitcoin. I looked at this earlier, and Bitcoin was actually down. The whole cryptocurrency space was actually down. The market cap was at about $390 billion when I checked earlier. So hopefully the markets did change a little bit while I let this web page load up to see what's actually going on and see if we could really dissect this and see, should we, you know, pay attention to this, to the FUD that's going on. Me personally, I don't believe you should really go entirely what you see and hear on, you know, in the cryptocurrency space as far as the news and things like that, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. So it's always good to do your own due diligence and do your research. So the market cap is at $383 billion currently right now. They have a 24-hour volume of $18.6 billion and a Bitcoin dominance of 41.7%. So as we could clearly see here, Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin is at $9,453. Ethereum is at $717. Ripple's at 83 cents and things like that, even though Ripple is coming out with some news and things like that. So the whole markets is down. So like I said, and the markets is down because a lot of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Once that starts to happen, people start to panic, people start to sell, the markets get nervous and things like that, and then we enter this pretty much this either short-term or a short long-term period of time of a bear market. Something that I sense is happening right now because everything right here is in the red, as we can clearly see. And is this something to be aware of or to be nervous about or be scared about? Like I said, no, it's all about doing your own research and doing your own due diligence and just seeing and just pretty much putting things in perspective to come up with your own conclusions. I think, like I said, despite the bad news and things like that, there's actually good news that's going on in the space. Like I said, with the Coinbase Index Fund, even though it's dedicated to institutional investors or accredited investors, like I said, the market cap can actually grow, and that's going to attract a lot of money. As we go back here, and we can clearly see that the market cap is at $380 billion right now. So the market cap actually have a lot of room for growth. We all seen the market cap reach its high of about $700 billion. So can it get the high again? Absolutely, I believe so, especially with this push with Coinbase. It's definitely going to bring more money into the space where essentially the prices of cryptocurrency is going to go up. So if you're patient enough and just look at the long term, definitely you can benefit from this if you're a trader or a long-term investor with your digital assets. Something that I recommend you guys all get into if you haven't already, because it's exciting, it's fun, it's a new experience and things like that. So that's why I'm currently in the space, and I enjoy it because I get to speak to you about it. So with that said, guys, you could actually go to their website right here. This is actually the white paper. So I want you guys to go to the white paper. I'm gonna put the link below so you guys could check it out for yourself, and really read and look through this and see if this is beneficial and as far as like your own conclusions. Do you believe it's something that's in the right direction for cryptocurrencies? For me personally, I believe it is, and that's why I'm excited and talking about this with the index funds, because as people who are in cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of young people and stuff like that. So this could actually get people interested into, you know, learning different things about different index funds or different products that's available for, you know, people who are into investing and things of that nature. So this is a way for people to, you know, to get involved. And not only this, Coinbase, I don't know how long down the line Coinbase is going to come out with this, but Coinbase is actually talking about having an index fund for the retail investors, which is somebody like me and you. So that's another big news as well, and that's definitely going to attract more people into the space. So with that said, my name is Marqus Zar. Give this video a thumbs up, give this video a thumbs down. All feedback is good feedback, and yeah, I'm glad to get this video up so I can show you guys what's going on in this space and give out some good news, because this space is always coming out with some bad news, and it's heavily promoted, and it pretty much outweighs the good news, unfortunately. So I'm just glad to do my part to show you guys the good news about cryptocurrency, what's actually going on behind the scenes. So with that said, give this video a thumbs up. I said that already, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'm out. Have a great one, guys.